The Chiefs just locked in the next era of the dynasty, and we're going to talk about that tonight. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How we all doing tonight? Good to see everybody rolling in. Do your boys a solid and hit that like button as you come in here. Let's get more people in for the night. Have a little bit of fun. Mike, how we doing, brother?
I'm doing good. The Chiefs made a few moves today. Nothing crazy. I mean, everybody is signing picks in mid-May. Like, it's not some groundbreaking thing, but I think this year we've been having to watch it a little bit closer because we got to look at. Actually, let me turn my mic a little bit. I don't know if anybody can hear me right, Steve.
I need to be louder.
I need to be louder. Yeah, but I think the Chiefs, it was a little more of a struggle to get these things signed this year. But yeah, they were able to manage to sign Jadon Canady today and R. Mason Thomas, which only leaves our first round picks, Delane and Peter Wood, Steve. So tell them a little bit about the Canady and the R. Mason Thomas contract.
Let's tell them a little bit about it here in just a second. Just want to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Get down in the description, click that link, get Prize Picks, use code HMA, and we'll have more on them in just a little bit. But yeah, Mike, R. Mason Thomas, second round draft pick. He's a top 40 pick. He's going to be at 4 years, $12.19 million.
Yeah.
$5.3 million signing bonus. His cap hit, $2.2 million. So that's what they've managed to work together with R. Mason Thomas. And I'm pretty sure they said it was all fully guaranteed, right, Mike?
Yeah, he's going to have a lot of that, like, fully guaranteed. I would say a lot of people are starting to get that fully guaranteed throughout. That's what they were holding out last year for. So I know that he's going to be about $3 million per year, and his 2026 salary cap hit number is going to be about 2.2. So if you break that down year by year, it's 2.2 in 2026, 2.8 in 2027, about 3.4 in 2028, and about 3.9 in 2029. So you've got him for 4 years. You've locked him up. This is, I mean, it's expected. But again, Brett Veach doesn't have a lot to work with here.
Yeah. Let's talk about Jadon Canady's contract.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about the salary cap as a whole and the implications that has. And then we're also going to talk about what do they got to do to make sure they get Mansour Delane, Peter Wood signed.
Yeah.
So Jadon Canady, round 4, pick 109. He was, 4 years, $5.6 million total. 2026 cap hit of $1.9 million with Jadon Canady. So not as much as R. Mason Thomas, obviously. But you look at the cap hits there, Mike. It says $1.9 million for Jadon Canady, $2.2 million.
That's not right. It's not right. His cap hit is 1.19, not 1.9.
Oh, my bad. I can't read. Okay, we'll just say 1.2 for Jadon Canady and 2.2 for R. Mason Thomas.
Yes, that's better.
So if you put those together, that's $3.4 million if I can do math correctly. And is that right?
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, $3.4 million. But here's the thing: like the Chiefs' salary cap right now is what, $5.5 million roughly?
Yeah,
or that's how much. That's how much free cap they have, I should say.
Right. I figured it to be somewhere between 4.6 to 6, somewhere in that range. So just to be safe, I'm kind of putting it at about 5 to 5.5. Just to be safe. It's different on different things. So like over the cap's got a little different number.
Yeah, I saw anywhere from 5.5 to 6.9. I just stayed on the lower end there.
Yeah.
Just to kind of talk about this just for a minute. But I think something that people need to understand is Mansour Delane, he's going to have a fully guaranteed almost $42 million contract.
Yeah.
A 4-year, $42 million contract is what Mansour Delane's going to end up getting, guys. That would be a pretty big salary cap hit at 2026, probably about $7.62 million roughly. And then Peter Woods, they're going to need to pay him probably about $18 million over 4 years with a salary cap hit of somewhere around $3.6 million in 2026. So if you do the rough math on that, you're like, oh, that's almost $11 million, and we only have 5.5 in cap space. So there's a couple of things we wanted to discuss about how this works. I think the first thing that you guys need to keep in mind when you're thinking about this is that they implemented the top 51 offseason rule. So only the top 51 contracts are counted towards the salary cap. So basically, in a nutshell, just an example, R. Mason Thomas, $2.2 million cap hit in 2026. However, it's probably closer to 1.2 million, not 2.2, because a lower salary will drop off the books when he enters that top 51 there.
Right.
So it's not as bad as it sounds. And then with Jadon Canady, I don't know if I even looked at that one, but it's the same deal. You know, if there's somebody with a lower salary than him, it's going to bump off there.
Right.
So
League minimums go. So 1.2 to like 850K. You might have a little bit of savings right there too. So
right. So it's not as bad as it sounds. And of course that'll happen when they sign Mansour Delane and Peter Woods as well. But they still have to free up some money, Mike. And we'll get to that in just a second real quick. I got Tony Bone with a 10 bomb, baby. Let's go. So it's just showing some love. We appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Appreciate that, Dono. Yeah, so they're going to have to do some kind of a veteran restructure, right? There's still something that has to be done. And we've talked about this a couple times in the past, and it's like Chris Jones is always the one that's brought up. But then there's a lot of people, it's like you cannot restructure Chris Jones' contract. You just can't do it. And that's always been a big argument. I mean, what else? What are the other options for the Chiefs? Like, they've already restructured Patty. I mean, what are they going to do?
Everybody's using the term restructure loosely.
Right, but they literally
it's
just
a conversion.
Yeah, that conversion.
So yes, you can convert Chris Jones's, you can convert that contract
Into
to save
bonus.
money and to pay him up front, which basically means he gets all his money. He just gets it up front in a cash, at a one time. He don't have to wait all season long. So
Right.
It's not really adding extra years or restructuring anything. It's just a conversion. Chris Jones is one you got to look at. Trey Smith, you could do that with. You've got him signed long term. That contract was really big last year. Let's be honest. You've got Nick Bolton that could possibly do something like that for you. You got Creed Humphrey that you actually could restructure Creed Humphrey. I think a lot of Chiefs fans want him here his entire career more than likely. So you could restructure if you wanted, or you could convert some of him. Those are the ones I'm watching. I don't know anybody else that I would really be I'd be pretty surprised if anybody else got touched, unless it was just some small insignificant amount that Brett Veach just, gives them cash and goes on, right?
Right. Well, I think the big question is, can they go ahead and sign these two guys? And the answer is absolutely they can. They're not necessarily in cap trouble, like some people would like to say. But I think the bigger picture here, Mike, the big question is whether Brett Veach chooses to clear extra room when he goes about this. Because if we keep an eye on that, if he clears out some extra room while he's working on making that little bitty spot for Mansour Delane and Peter Woods, then that could indicate that he's wanting to go out and sign somebody else. I know that a lot of people have been wanting Cam Jordan. A lot of people want a veteran wide receiver like Stephon Diggs. So I think that essentially we might be able to see if Brett Veach is planning on doing something like that if he clears up a little bit more space than you project him to do.
Yeah, for sure. Chris Jones could actually, they could free up almost $22.5 million with Chris Jones. Now you don't have to convert all that. You can basically just do how much ever of that you want. But if Chris Jones so look, Chris Jones is going to be here all year. He's going to be here next year. Like, they're not going to get rid of Chris Jones. That's just not happening. So you feel comfortable paying him his money. So it's got to be paid anyway. So yes, they could just be like, hey, $22.5 million, we're going to give it to you up front. That saves it off the books this year. It frees up some money, but they don't have to do the full 22.5, right? Like, you don't have to do the 22.5. So I think what you're saying is if they do a maximum amount of money, like maybe be looking for like an edge rusher or a wide receiver, especially with the whole Rashee Rice thing.
Right. So the big question is, how much space do they have to free up to bring in A.J. Brown? That's probably the big question, right?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the swing they're going to swing. It was actually said, who was it? They said Albert Breer said that yesterday. And
they might be swinging. They tried to get him.
He didn't.
Y'all have to remember. Y'all have to remember, though, they did try to get him before he went to Philly.
Well, I think at this point now, you lose all your leverage in a trade, to be honest, because if, say, the Eagles know that we like having trouble with Rashee Rice, are they going to now come down on their offer for A.J. Brown? No, they might ask for more.
Yeah, but at the same time, can they really dictate that, considering he's not going to play for them next season?
I mean, they can. They can be douchebags about it. Let him just sit on the bench if he wants, I guess.
They are douchebags about most things, so that wouldn't surprise me.
So,
but yeah, I mean, the other option, Stephon Diggs, obviously a much cheaper safer option than an AJ Brown, right? Because you could probably get him on like a 1 year, $8 million, something like that. AJ Brown probably be pushing you somewhere more around the 20 mark a year.
Another thing about Stephon Diggs as an option, I know he's getting a little older, but last year in 2025, with wide receivers with over 25 targets, I'm pretty sure Stephon Diggs finished number 8 in the entire NFL with man-to-man, like getting open numbers. Like his wide receiver number was number 8 in the league on getting open man-to-man, and we need that. We don't have receivers that can get open. So maybe if you could bring in a Stephon Diggs for a gap year or whatever, and if you get Rashee Rice back, fine. Like, I know we released that video the other day, and I was pissed off about Rashee Rice, and I think a lot of people are. I think you at home are pissed. I know you are. We all are. We're just kind of irritated with it. I know I'm not the only one that grew up like this. Like, look, to be a good team player, you must be a team player. You can't put yourself above the team. You can't do things that jeopardize wins and losses. Don't jeopardize things. And that was with us just kind of playing on a kid level. You didn't want to be, an a-hole and screw everybody over. And then this guy's making all this money and can't do things right and can't do this and can't do that. It just feels like he's devaluing the entire franchise and just saying, look, it's me, I ain't worried about it. And I get that it's frustrating. I also see it from a business standpoint, the point you were trying to make. A lot of people in the chat were like, look, you can't cut him. It does you no good. But at some point, I just got to ask this question. As a franchise, are we fine sacrificing some cheap wins here and there over integrity, or do we not do that anymore? Is that not a thing? Like, we're not worried about, like, not looking like the biggest bunch of douchebags on the planet. As long as we get a few extra wins this year, we're good to go. Like, are we fine with that? Like, if we sold our soul that much.
I love the warm and fuzzy feel-good story of that. But when you're coming off a 6-11 season, I think the answer is yes.
But is it the point, though, that Rashee Rice, he didn't even do all that. He didn't help us get a lot of wins last year. There was 2 games he contributed enough for us to get a win.
He had a rough year last year. He dropped a lot of passes.
And the year before, he was out all year. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't, just because Rashee Rice plays doesn't guarantee he's the savior that gets us a win. Like, I think if our team is banking on a second-round wide receiver that's had a good season 1 year, we're kind of in trouble anyway. Like, you should have a backup plan here.
Well, yeah, they should have had a backup plan. They could have easily took a backup plan at pick number 9.
So a backup plan could be Stephon Diggs and go on.
But that's just not what they've wanted to do. And I think here's the thing that makes most sense. Like, I think the biggest swing would be them trying to clear room for AJ Brown, right? That'd be the big swing. Like, if Brett Veach wants to go balls to the wall.
That's like a grand slam type of swing.
Right. I think the most practical would be Stephon Diggs. I think what makes the most sense is clear out about $14-15 million, get Diggs and Cam Jordan. Bring them both in.
I mean, I'm not against that. I
think that makes the most sense because you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone right there.
I just feel like the Rashee Rice situation is just frustrating on all fronts. The Chiefs have continually put faith into this kid to be like, look, you learned from your mistake. Let's move on. Okay, you did this. Let's move on. And it just keeps happening and keeps happening. And it's almost like Brett Veach and them have gotten swindled to this point. Like, you've got completely bamboozled because this kid is not surprised. He's not going to do right.
So 2 things can be true with this whole Rashee Rice situation. Yeah, he should absolutely know that he should be walking a narrow path after all that other crap. I get it. I understand. Like, the repeated bullshit is annoying. Like, learn your lesson, right? It's not that difficult. You're 26 years old. Figure it out. But at the same time, you're also 26 years old. So, like, here's my thing. You keep coming with the...
you realize 26 is 33% of the average American's lifespan, right?
Dude, I'm not...
He's lived 1/3 of his life. And you're still like...
Can I just say what I was going to say?
You're acting like he's a teenager.
No. Can I just say what I was going to say before you start judging?
I'm not judging. I'm just using logic and calling a 26-year-old a kid and saying he should know better. Yeah, he should have learned that when he was 7, bro.
We got that. I just said that. I said 2 things can be true, though. Okay. I don't think it's necessarily true that Rashee Rice doesn't care about everybody else and he doesn't want to play football and he doesn't want to be the Chiefs. And I don't think it goes that deep with these younger guys. I'm like when you're 25, 26 years old, you're just going out and doing your thing. I don't think that you like just because you go out and smoke weed with your friends doesn't mean that you hate your teammates and you're being like you know you don't want to play football and you just this and that. That doesn't mean that necessarily.
I think it does.
I don't think it does.
I don't necessarily think it does. He don't want to play football, but I think it's a spoiled me mindset, because if you know you're on probation and you know you're not supposed to smoke weed and yet you do, you're going to get in trouble and you could be suspended
Idiotic decision,
and hurt your team.
but like you have to think, man. Like I don't think that
then you're choosing right in that moment to do something for personal pleasure that could affect your team down the road, and you don't care about them.
The human male's frontal lobe doesn't fully develop until they're 30. I don't think that Rashee Rice is that complex in the thinking where he's like, oh, well, this little decision here is going to cause A, B, and C, and that means I hate everybody and I don't want to play football. I don't think
you're 26. If you're not thinking like that, what are you doing with your life?
Do you think any of those guys are thinking like that? Be honest.
I think about what I go have for dinner, because I it's like, oh, should I watch my calories? I don't want to have to walk extra tomorrow. I want to do like every little decision has plenty of consequences.
I get that, but guess what? Since Henry Ruggs killed somebody, you still see every year there's something. Nolan Smith just got in trouble for speeding 137 miles
an hour. It's a
lifestyle,
lifestyle, and they've got to fit the cool lifestyle, and they've got to get the money and the women and smoke the weed and buy the chains and go rap on the weekend. I understand. That's what they all want to do.
Right, but all I'm saying,
but
I'm not condoning any of it. I'm not condoning it, but I'm just saying I don't think that him being dumb necessarily means that he hates everybody. He doesn't want to be a good teammate, and he doesn't want to play football. I don't think that goes hand in hand. I think there's a.
I mean, it sort of does. If you and your wife or whatever, and you go to Vegas on a boys trip, and you decide to go make all these dumb decisions, and then she's like, "Yeah, well, that was stupid. I'm going to divorce you." Like, you made those decisions, so did you really care about her in the first place? That's my point. You still are 26 and can make capable decisions.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why this is so hard. To me, it feels like the Chiefs have sold their soul. They've got themselves in a bad situation over the past few years. They've let integrity fly out the window for cheap wins. Matt Verderame even said it, and I believe it every single day that I see it, that they don't care who does what, when they do it, they'll deal with it, they just want to win. It's starting to become apparent, and it's like I grew up making fun of the Raiders for doing the same shit, and we have become worse than the Raiders, and it's embarrassing a little bit. Win or lose, it's just a little embarrassing.
Look, I get the sentiment. I get where you're coming from, but then again, if you take a step back.
I don't think you do, because when you're taking a step back, you're just allowing. It's like a parent that allows the kid, oh, it was just one C, it'll be okay. And then before you know it, they're dropping out of school, they're a hooker.
Were you saying this when Tyreek Hill was here?
I actually did. I did not like the way a lot of Tyreek Hill was treated, and I thought he should have been punished for a lot more than he would have.
So were the Chiefs just completely unethical pieces of shit because they kept Tyreek Hill on the team? Because he was good? No,
I mean, that's when all this started.
It's a business, brother. Like you, there's definitely you have to have some discretion. You can't be jumping the gun on everything. You can't overreact to everything, because if you really look at all the.
So you're telling me you can't have morals, and you can't run a football program or a franchise clean. You can't do it.
You can, but if he's still on the team after he was racing and injured some people and crashing into 4 cars, then that's when you should have pulled the trigger on that one. Not now.
Well, you're making my point, though. The Chiefs have condoned this over and over and over to the point that people's just going to keep taking advantage of them, and they don't even care.
They have a line drawn somewhere, or else Kareem Hunt wouldn't have had to go.
Yeah, the line was drawn that Kareem Hunt just didn't. He lied to him. So I guess Rashee Rice just walks in every day and says, "Hey, I smoked a lot of weed. If I fail a drug test, I'm good to go, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, cool. You told us."
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't see the. Now I get what you're saying. I do think the Chiefs kind of have that, not necessarily as bad as the Raiders used to be, but they definitely have that, like, oh, God, another Chiefs player got in trouble.
Brother, it's happened over and over and over again.
So go back and look at it, though. Like, what have the Chiefs players been in trouble for? Because, besides the Rashee Rice thing, and take out the Tyreek Hill thing, other than that, Xavier Worthy completely proved to be complete BS, so nothing. And then you had, Chew Godric and Wanya Morris smoked weed. Then you got Rashee Rice smoked weed. Yeah, they sound like a bunch of real hardcore felons, brother.
Smoked weed because not smoked weed. He got in trouble because he was a felon and he's on probation, Steve.
But he's the only one.
Like, why are you just making you sound worse than Brett Veach of the Chiefs? Like, you love it, the excuses.
No, I'm just making a point, brother. Like none of them.
I don't think there is a point. I don't think anybody should be above the franchise of the Kansas City Chiefs. If you disgrace, the NFL hates when people disgrace the shield. If you disgrace that arrowhead on the side, I am going to boot your ass to the curb and go find somebody that wants to be here, wants to do things right.
So
it's
if
not
Rashee
that
Rice
hard.
wasn't breaking probation, if he wasn't breaking probation and he was just failed a drug screen for THC, would that be embarrassing?
If he had not done all of his other stuff and was in trouble right now, but it's a compilation of things. If you fail a drug test for THC, cool, one time is whatever. But if you start doing it over and over again, that's going to add up, and you have to take
right.
Like, you have to have consequences.
But besides Rashee Rice, which Chiefs players had multiple offenses?
This is just
I don't think it's fair to just say that the whole franchise doesn't care
Steve,
about
this
anything.
just goes into the fact that this franchise has been undisciplined for years, and it caught up to us last year. Look at Jawan Taylor, undisciplined. Everything we do is undisciplined, and it's caught up with us. And we're still making excuses because, well, we don't want to lose 3 games this year. You know what? If we miss the playoffs again, who cares? That's your own thing. You've got Patrick Mahomes. Rashee Rice not being here shouldn't make you miss the playoffs. Especially when you can make a few contract adjustments and go get Stephon Diggs, who by all metrics is probably a better wide receiver than Rashee Rice.
Well, of course, at this point, sure. But, like, here's my thing. If you don't even get in trouble by the NFL for failing a drug screen for THC because it's not even tested, then why would that even be? Like, I understand you're an idiot and you got yourself in trouble. You got to go to jail for 30 days because you had your other crap going on. But, I mean, really, it didn't even break any rules of the NFL. So why would there be implications for that?
Well, because the NFL can absolutely suspend him for this because
Why
they
would
could
they?
say that it's just another violation of their conduct code.
What, that he broke his probation? I mean, that's the only way they could take
Breaking
it.
your probation is a pretty big deal. You do that as a normal human. You go get yourself in trouble. And
normal humans aren't on probation.
Well, let them go there's a lot of normal humans on probation that have to go abide by it. And let me tell you something. If they don't do it, they go sit in a jail cell for probably much more time. Nobody's on here saying, well, they might win a few games for the Chiefs, let them out. Like, it's crazy, the double standards.
I know you think I'm wild, but let me tell you where I fall into this.
I don't know, man.
Let me tell you where I fall into this. Like,
I'm sure everybody in the chat thinks I'm crazy and I'm just being a hard ass.
No. It's the other way around. But here's the thing. Rashee Rice. Do you boot him off the team right now? No, that's dumb. That's idiotic. Because you talk about him not caring about his team. Well, then you don't care about your own team or you don't care about any of them other players if you're going to boot your best wide receiver off the roster and you don't have any replacement for him. That's hurting more people than Rashee Rice now, isn't it?
Whose problem was that?
Everybody on the team, everybody in the fan base, everybody in the organization.
Plenty of opportunities.
So you're going
to
allow 26-year-old kids' bad decision to affect the lives of many instead of just being like, you know what? We just don't re-sign this asshole. That's what we don't do. We don't reward them. We're not going to give them a long-term contract. Let's get what we get out of them that we've already paid them for, and let's go on about our lives. I don't think they should ever even think about re-signing Rashee Rice. So I think this is his last year. That's where I fall into it. Like, you all can think I'm crazy for what I'm saying, but that makes the most logical sense to me.
Yeah, well, you're still using a business aspect over just a moral aspect.
Because it's a business. It's not a morality contest.
I understand you're a business, but at the same time, cutting Rashee Rice frees up $1.5 million. You can now take that and go sign somebody or use it to help.
$1.5 million.
It goes on to the cap. Like, that would replace the entire cap hit of the Jadon Canady that just got signed today. That replaces the whole cap hit. That replaces the whole cap hit of Mason Thomas.
Nothing for our offense now, does it?
I'm just saying it gives you more money to go free up. I don't understand. I get the total point of leaving him on the team. It can't hurt. It can't do this. But you're leaving him on the team for what reason? Like, you don't trust him. You're not signing him back next year. So you're basically just saying, well, let's try to get as much as we can out of him. But what does it matter if he gets suspended or whatever? Like, if he doesn't rehab properly and has to do another surgery, you may not get any time out of him anyway.
That's fine. If you don't, you don't.
I totally see it from your point of a business perspective.
Right. There's no sense in shooting yourself in the foot for no reason.
I just think if I were the owner, I would never let it have gotten this far, and I would just want to have a tighter ship ran around there. I feel like I would be more like
I agree with you.
a tight
I
ship.
I think they do need to tighten some things up.
What
around
happened
there,
to athletes and everybody being like good, like role models?
I don't think
and
that's
stuff?
ever been a thing. I think that was an illusion.
I mean, it was
in
a
the
contrived
1990s.
illusion, but at
Yeah.
least they tried to stick with it.
Like the Dallas Cowboys were all, the role models in the 90s, right? And they were all snorting
Brother,
coke before
there
they
was an
played football.
NBA team just weeks ago. the Chicago Bulls just weeks ago cut one of their own players because he said a few words that they didn't like.
Yeah.
Because he spoke out against like a uniform color or something.
Right.
And that was completely fine and warranted. But yet you can't
I
get rid
would-
of a guy that breaks
I-
a felony.
I would never have done that.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of double standards across the board. And it's wild that a few words is worse than going out and crashing a car and almost killing people and then smoking weed and then doing this and then lying to everybody. Like, there has to be some lies in here somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm
Something
just
like
saying,
that.
it's weird to
Real
me,
quick,
and I
real
would just
quick.
run a tighter ship.
2-Bomb from Flapjack says, bet we trade for Sky Moore this year. He's going to be the new McCole Hardman where they just keep bringing him back.
God.
It's never getting production, but we'll bring him back anyway. Flapjack, don't you wish that evil upon us? Appreciate the 2-Bomb. though.
Flapjack's in the whole. He thinks this is going to be a bomb year anyway, so why not just get rid of Rashee Rice?
Yeah. Fred with the 2-Bomb says, I agree with Mike. No, like that's the thing. I absolutely, from a normal human standpoint or ethical standpoint,
I think Steve agrees with me. He's just speaking from a business standpoint.
100%. Because, like, let me put this in perspective. What are the Kansas City Chiefs?
Just
the
an awesome football team.
Right. It's a business, right? The NFL's a billion dollar business. It's a business. You have to run it like a business, right? Who wins it in business in the real world? Who's the biggest companies you can think of? Amazon. Walmart, like places like that, right?
We don't speak of Walmart here. That's Denver Bronco territory crap. And
Hey,
I will
whatever.
not have it.
Just think about all the biggest companies in the world. Do you think they're ethical?
I mean, I would honestly think.
Do you
that,
think they're ethical?
Yeah, but they're
No,
not like
they're not.
they don't go. I would guarantee you, if you worked at Amazon and you done the same thing with Rashee Rice, you'd probably get fired.
No, you wouldn't. How?
Why would you not? Steve, if
Maybe
you
for
miss-
missing work for 30 days.
If
That's
you miss
it.
one shift at work, you're going to get fired.
Maybe if you miss work for 30 days, but you're not gonna. In the real world, you're not gonna lose your job for failing a THC drug test nowadays.
Some people don't even let you. They won't even hire you if you fail a drug test.
I think that changed somewhere around COVID. Yeah, they took that out.
America's going to hell in a handbasket. That's all there is to it. We've just got so lax on everything that like nothing is important. There's no morals. There's no standards. Everybody just run wild. Let's all just smoke weed and go crazy. Like that's the moral of the story, I guess.
Look, brother.
And by the way, we'll go race on the highway too. And if you got a lot of money, we can get out of it.
Maybe if his reaction time
Come
wasn't
on.
slowed by THC, he might not have wrecked
It's
the
just
car
wild.
when he was racing it.
It is just wild.
Is that
how
your point?
It's just wild how the general public knows that the world is like you get shit on every day if you're like the small guy, but yet we all sit on here and defend all the ones above us.
I'm not
And we,
defending
you
anything.
defend them to the death, and you tell us how it's just they
I'm
need
not
to have
defending
this.
it. Dude, they could cut
You're
Rashee
telling
Rice
him
tomorrow.
He needs to have
If-
his job.
If they cut Rashee Rice tomorrow, I wouldn't lose a wink of sleep over it.
I would be a little concerned because I think the Chiefs have done a piss poor job of like preparing for life without Rashee Rice.
But I'm just saying, in the scheme
that's
of
why I
things,
feel
does it
like
affect
they
your life?
didn't-
No.
Doesn't it feel like they just maybe wasn't gonna not re-sign
They're
Rashee
not.
Rice?
They're not re-signing him, brother.
Well,
we gotta-
going into this offseason, it don't feel like they were planning for it.
They're not doing it. We got a 20 bomb from Casey Moe. Said, I think we may have his replacement on the roster now. We should cut him now with no
Oh,
dead cap hit.
Jalen Royals. Is that who?
Potentially. I mean, he could do it.
I think
Maybe.
Cyrus Allen is going. I think if
Maybe.
you let Cyrus Allen play a little bit more, you might get something out of him too.
It's a possibility.
I don't think the receiving core would be all that piss poor. I would say out of a
Look,
scale of 1 to
take
10, it'd be
Rashee
like
Rice.
a 3.
Take Rashee Rice, cut him,
Yeah.
look at the rest of the wide receiver room, and tell me if they're worse than the team that won Super Bowl 57.
What were our receivers that year? Was that DeMarcus Robinson or something?
No, that
MVS?
was MVS, Sky Moore.
I'm not good with the whole 57, 52 thing.
Kadarius Toney.
Right. I don't think it's as bad as it seems.
It's not.
But Xavier Worthy's not really kind of hit his peak yet, and we don't know if he's going to. We kind of debunked the whole thing about he's always injured. He has not missed that many games. I think he's missed like 2 or 3 games his entire time here. Jalen Rose, we not really got to see. Again, that's on the coaching staff. They couldn't get his tendonitis under control. They wouldn't give him any playing time to prepare him for this year in case something like this happened. Now we're stuck with an unknown. We go get a receiver in the draft, and I get it. They really like Cyrus Allen, but like you targeted a guy in the 6th round or something. Like you didn't go look at somebody early. And I get it. We needed some corners and stuff, but it's like, no, Williams kind of panned out for you last year. Like, was it really that vital to get a Trent McDuffie replacement like instantly? Or was that like, was there somebody you could have done?
Right.
But even if that was the case, like, I don't know. It's easy to sit back and criticize and do things in a 2020 vision. But all I'm trying to say is like, I don't know if the wide receiver room would be that horrible. I mean, Rashee Rice is effective, but there's been plenty of times we watch Rashee Rice in key situations drop balls. He doesn't get open too well in zone or man-to-man. He's not really ranked at the highest.
Brother. When he's good, he's good.
I get it, but I think a lot of it is scheme dependent.
Yeah, well, aren't they all? Casey, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah,
y'all
Casey,
put some legendaries in the chat for him.
You.
Got Mikey likes stuff with the 5 bombs. Says Jaden Ivey was cut over religious conviction, did not want to support Pride before a game. Yeah, that's what happened there. I think that's what you were referring to, the Chicago Bulls. That was complete and utter bullshit. I'll just say that right out. So I mean,
I don't care who it is.
Yeah, that's dumb.
That was wrong.
Like that. Like anytime you get cut from a team over like religious beliefs or something like that, they're going too far into your.
I think they're taking a personal step, and then to do it and then say something like detrimental to the team, like just making up something else. I
think that was a bad comparison because that doesn't compare to like legal troubles.
No, it doesn't. But I think what I was trying to say was like this guy got cut over some words, and this guy's like committing felonies and breaking the law.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, guys, appreciate y'all being here. Do us a favor, hit the like button if you haven't already. Just takes a second. It'll help us out. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should totally go do that. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. We got a long way to go, and we need a lot of help from y'all. So far, so good, but just share us out with your friends, family, everything that you can to help us out. Real quick, want to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream.
Chiefs Kingdom, we have officially partnered with Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks app. Prize Picks is a daily fantasy sports platform. It's distinctly separate from a traditional sports book, and it's the absolute best way to add some extra heat to every single game. The app is incredibly easy to use. You aren't playing against sharks. You're just picking more or less on an individual player projection. Think Kenneth Walker's total rushing yards per game, more or less. Travis Kelce's total touchdowns in 2026, only 4, more or less. You just pick at least 2 players, lock in your lineup, and you're in the action. Prize Picks is available in most states, including California, Texas, Florida, and right here in the heart of America, Missouri and Kansas. One thing we love is the new public feed. You can actually find and follow us directly on the app at All Chiefed Up. You'll be able to see our live lineups and tell our picks before we even post them here on the channel or our other social media platforms. So if you haven't joined yet, just download the app and use code HMA when you sign up. When you play your first $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 in lineups instantly. Click the link in the description, use code HMA, and remember to always play responsibly. Now back to the show.
That's right. Get down there in that description, download Prize Picks, use code HMA when you're signing up, baby. We got 5 gifted memberships from our boy Casey Moe. Let's go, baby. Woohoo!
Let's go. Appreciate you, brother.
You got one of those memberships. Make sure to thank him in the chat, and welcome to the crew. Thanks for the support, my man. Mike, let's get to the chat some more. Y'all got any questions or anything y'all want to talk about?
I wanted to get to a few of these.
Let's do it.
I thought this was a good comment here. M. Wykus, I hope I'm saying that right. He says, I don't know. I feel like it would have been greedy to try to rely on Dave Merritt to keep churning out top-tier corners from the middle of the draft. I'm with you there. I do believe that. I was making an argument for corners early because a lot of people have that same sentiment. Like, well, we draft corners late. They pan out. They do this. But I said that. I was like, I think Trent McDuffie is one of those guys that, like, You've seen what he could bring over and how much of an impact he could give your defense. So maybe don't pass up good talent if you can. And that's why I give him the pass on Mansour Delane 100%. But I think that was a lot of trust in Rashee Rice. Like, if you didn't trust Rashee Rice, like if they knew, for example, if you knew deep down, if Brett Veach was like, man, my crystal ball tells me that Rashee Rice is going to break his probation. He's going to be in jail. He may get suspended again. We may not have him half this year. He may have a rehab that he can't get through. Do you think he would have still picked Mansour Delane, or do you think he may have just been like, I might just take a receiver here? I may just, or at least take a receiver, like pick 40 instead of R. Mason Thomas. Like, maybe you switch that around a little bit, or you take one in round 4.
Well, I think a couple things dictated that. Number one, Cyrus Allen was the first top 30 visit they had. They had their
really
eyes on
wanted
him from the beginning. They knew they were going to get him. That was one of their guys. So I think they already had him check boxed in at wide receiver.
So wouldn't that reliably mean that they would trust him if he needs to play? So Cyrus Allen is trusted by this coaching staff then.
It is, but Andy Reid's kind of been back and forth on playing receivers in their rookie season.
Absolutely.
Because he didn't do it with Jalen Royals, but he absolutely did it with Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. So it's kind of up in the air. We'll see. But one thing that I'll point out too, Mike, is the Dave Merritt trouble. You could add that to the list.
Yeah, see, there's another one.
So you want to get rid of him?
Well, I mean, it's been the first thing he's had, so I wouldn't say get rid of him. I do think you needed to investigate it.
We also don't know it.
We also don't really know a lot about it. But if it really came true that he was abusing his daughter, absolutely you get rid of him. But see, the way we're working is like, oh, well, and I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying if you investigate it and that's what happened and then you kept him, it's like, well, here we are sacrificing wins over like integrity a little bit. So I don't know. Chiefs 63 said this one. I thought it was funny. When Rice is suspended, his production goes way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
He gets like the same production as Jalen Royals if he gets suspended, right?
Poor Jalen Royals. Can we please have some Jalen Royals this year? Steve, who do you think's the one wide receiver going to just like tear it up in camp and everybody's going to get like super horny? Because every year, like it was Nico a couple years, it's been
Cyrus. No. Jeff Caldwell.
It could be Caldwell if he gets a few, but like you may need Caldwell at this point.
Mike, people are already so horned up over Jeff Caldwell that could pass out from loss of blood flow to the brain. And
I have high hopes of Jeff Caldwell.
All it's going to take is a couple of catches in camp, and everybody's going to explode. Brother.
Well, dude, I have high hopes for Caldwell. He's a Louisville kid. I'm rooting for him. He right up the road, baby. He played right up there. I'm talking like 5 miles up the road from me.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Jeff Caldwell, and I think he's got all the intangibles to do it. I don't know how it translates over. I mean, it's asking a lot. It really is. If he were that good, he would have been probably drafted. But I mean, you could have said that about a lot of players in history.
You can't find a better athlete, though.
Right. Like, I think they said his RAS score was actually higher than a 10.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, they said it was actually higher than a 10. It was higher than Calvin Johnson.
He broke their scale.
He broke the RAS scale.
It's crazy.
Let's
Mikey,
go.
With a 5 bomb, says Rice is a new Josh Gordon. Throwing away talent over knucklehead shit. Could be, man. You see people like that. Like, even in the NBA, like you mentioned NBA earlier, look at Ja Morant, dude. That kid. He could have been something crazy, and he just can't stay out of trouble. He's always doing something dumb. Like, there's just some people that are just not cut out for it, Like, they can't grow up.
I think at the end of the day, it's selfishness. You want to do what's good for you in the moment rather than what's good for the team. And that's why the only reason I say that.
Yep. Check this out, Mike. Travis says, sweet freaking work on the channel. It looks PIMP, baby.
Thanks, Travis. Appreciate you, brother.
Let's go.
We're trying to step it up. We keep wanting to evolve for everybody and keep wanting to step it up, keep wanting to grow. And we've got a lot of new, like, nice sponsorship opportunities coming in soon. Excited about some of those. You'll see them here soon and different things. And we're just trying to step it up, getting ready for this season. We want this to be a big season. And we hope it's a big season for the Chiefs too, man. It helps us when the Chiefs are awesome. It hurts us when the Chiefs suck. This last year's been a brutal one. Ever since we got blown out by the Eagles, it's been kind of brutal. And last year, our team did nothing to help the cause. So, yeah, we're dependent on what the Chiefs do too. So we want to see nothing but success. So when people are like, you guys hate this, you hate that, deep down, we don't. We want to see all the success in the world.
Yep. We got Gizmo says, who's that one tight end that was a UDFA last year that couldn't stay healthy? That was Jake Brenningstool.
The Jakester.
He's very similar to the guy we signed this year as a UDFA, John Michael Gillenboard. They're similar players. They're both really good receivers. One of them might
I think one of them could
have
get
a good
on,
camp.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of them could. I think if one of them proved to be a potential weapon in the offense.
Do you have a
they
preference?
don't
Which
care.
one you like better? Would you like to see Gillenborg because you kind of called that one a little bit? You were like, I really wanted Gillenborg.
I also called Jake Brenningstool last year in a way, so I don't care.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, I had Brenningstool as my number 7 tight end last year in the draft, I think.
I think you may have mock drafted him once in some random mock draft.
Yeah, I
randomly.
did.
But that's what I like to do. I like to do 527,000 mock drafts.
That way,
and
if
then
I hit
pick a
one.
different person every time.
Yeah. Look, I told y'all.
And then
I told you.
You've picked every player in that draft at one point.
Casey Mo says, I just want to hear everyone at the game say, "Let's go Royals." That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I want to get a new. What if you got a new Kansas City Royals City Connect jersey and put Royals on the back, and then have Royals on the front? Just have Royals everywhere.
Yeah.
If you went outside of KC, they might not know what you're doing. They'd be like, "This guy's crazy. Like, what is he doing?"
Jeez. Brian said, Mike, your hooker comment made my nurse bust out laughing. What did you say about a hooker?
I don't want to repeat it. I don't want to hurt the nurse.
How did I miss it? Jeez.
I said something about you can't be too lenient because I was like, if it's your child, you're like, oh, they just got a C on a test, and then the next week they're a hooker or something like that.
Jeez,
Brian,
brother.
Speaking of
Mike, I thought you were all about being ethical. What are we doing?
Brian is Brian's going through it right now, so everybody prayers for Brian, man.
Oh yeah.
Brian, he's going through it, but he's a champ. He's going to beat everything going on. But I don't know if Brian's going to be able to come with you with the crew this year. That makes me a little sad because Brian's been there a couple years in a row now.
Brian, I'll will you out of there, brother.
Brother, we'll come steal you, and I think he's on a feeding tube.
That's fine. I'll put some burnt ends in there.
It might not be a feeding tube. It's something. But anyway, Brian, we're going to shove some barbecue up in that bad boy. And I don't know if that's even legal. And, well, it might kill you, actually. I don't think we'll do it. Maybe we could go with like some barbecue sauce down the chute or something.
We'll
I don't
go
know.
with a little Zarda barbecue sauce. How about that?
Look, Brian, I'll just put a little barbecue sauce on my lips, give you a little kiss on the forehead.
Jeez.
I don't know.
Mike
he might be into that.
LBK with a 10 bomb says, I see your point of view on both sides here, guys. But the one thing I firmly agree with Mike on is they need to tighten things up and rein their players in better.
I don't think it could hurt, to be honest.
No, I agree with you all 110% on that. I do feel like it's been a little lax over the last few years. And not just off the field. I think it's been on the field as well, and it's just translated to the Chiefs sucking ass. So I'm right there with you guys. Don't think I'm not, because I am. Mike, I hear another train rolling in, baby.
Let's go. Chicka, chicka, chicka.
We got our boy JB in the house with 10 gifted memberships.
Appreciate
Let's
you,
go,
brother.
baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of you. Welcome to
10
the
of
crew. Let's go, baby. We'll be doing our members only live stream here in the next week and a half. Mike, we're giving away a nice signed jersey, right?
Yeah, we got 3 jerseys to choose from that came in. But I don't know which one we're going to give away. You keep hitting that. We do have a George Karlaftis jersey.
We do have a George Karlaftis.
I don't know when I want to give that away. Like, I want that to be more like a hyped, like a season type thing. Or
Yeah, but
I don't know which one I like better. But you do have a potential to get a George Karlaftis jersey if we decide to pick that one. If not, the other 2 are just as, they're good.
I think everybody in the members only live stream should forfeit the signed George Karlaftis jersey to Brian Parrott to get him in better spirits. That's what I think.
That's rude. I'm sure Brian Parrott will agree with that. I don't know if everybody else would agree with that one.
Oh, that's great. JB, you're a legend, brother. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
If y'all got any of those memberships, make sure to thank him in the chat. And throw some legendaries in there, baby. Use them little emojis. Mike, we need some new emojis. We've had those for years. We got to freshen it up a little bit. Get up to 2026. We got some work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Kyle Busch, brother? I saw people talk about him in the chat. Did you
I just
see
see
that?
that. What is that about?
He passed away. He's 41 years old.
What happened?
I don't know. It said he fell ill and he went to the hospital and he passed away. Apparently it was a sudden type thing, but not. There was also I guess they had him talking to his crew and one of his recent races saying to have the doctor ready for him when he got out of there because he needed a shot or something. like something was wrong with him. But I don't know. And then I read somewhere that he may have had double pneumonia.
What?
And it put him into cardiac arrest. But I don't have any idea, dude. They haven't released any real information. So, don't know.
Man, that's kind of, I mean, I don't watch NASCAR, but I mean, I don't want to hear that about anybody.
No, brother, that hits home. I'm 41 years old. That's crazy.
It's wild, dude. Well, you realize that once you get over like the age of 35, you're not a young pup no more. I mean, you are in spirit, but you realize some wild stuff could happen.
Yeah, it is crazy, though. Shout out JB once again. You're awesome, brother. Thank you. But yeah, so with the Chiefs, brother, what do you think the chances are that Brett Veach does a little Houdini, or how about a little Harry Potter move? He gets out his wand and he's like, Olivia Saw. And all of a sudden we have cap room and we could sign some vets.
I think you're going to see something soon. You have to, right?
Yeah, like my thing is I think if you're going to do it, if you're going to free up extra space, free it up to the tune of Stephon Diggs and Cam Jordan. 2 vets are better than one for each side of the ball. Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be sad about that one.
That makes the most sense. And you could get both of them for cheaper than you would have to pay A.J. Brown. Right?
You said I know they're not the same level receiver, like not even close. But you said, if you cut Rashee Rice and save 1.5, what could that possibly get you? You realize that if you could free up enough money, you could maybe get a Stephon Diggs. And then that 1.5 million could get you Juju back in here. So would you take Juju and Stephon Diggs in replace of Rashee Rice? Have a little bit of stability, veteran leadership.
I'll take Juju back with Stephon Diggs if you throw me in a Cam Jordan.
I mean, I guess you could probably pull that off because I mean, that money's not going to do anything but get you the whatever. So yeah, you would have
but do you need Juju and Stephon Diggs?
I mean, that gives you what, 6, and then we can get rid of Deco and just let Rashard Smith do that.
If you get rid of Rashee Rice, but if you keep Rashee Rice, I think you still get Stephon Diggs.
Oh, you can do it too, but you probably wouldn't need.
Rashee Rice isn't going anywhere, by the way.
I know it's a fantasy land to think so. I just wish
0% chance.
For some reason, something in me says I would be kind of proud of the team for doing it, though. I would be like, oh, man, you get what you get.
Nikki says, "What games are you guys planning to go to this year, if any?"
We'll definitely be going to the Bengals game because it's going to be in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if anybody lives near Cincinnati, we can plan a little meetup. Could have a little meet and greet before the game or something.
Little meet and greet. Speaking of meet and greets, we're going to be in Kansas City on the weekend of August the 1st.
August 1st is probably going to be Chew with the Crew. Saturday night, August 1st is looking like it's the only day available.
Don't grab the pen. Grab the pencil and pencil that bad boy in.
Oh, I'm going to tell you something. If you have to erase it, there is not going to be a Chew with the Crew because they don't have any other dates lined up. So if we can't make August 1st, we're not going to have
get the Sharpie.
So you might have to get the Sharpie out here. But yeah, we talked with Terry, and there's no other dates available right there at training camp.
If we plan on coming to any games this year, Nikki, if we can figure anything out, if possible, we'll let you guys know ahead of time. That way we can meet up or whatever. Roulette in the chat talking about how he don't want Shamari Connor in the slot. I think you and everybody else, brother.
Roulette, brother, yes.
Yeah, you are spot on with this, and I think everybody knows it. I think that's where Jadon Canady comes into play. But then we got some other guys that can do that too. And, if I know Shamari Connor didn't get a whole lot of snaps in the safety position, but he was way more effective as a safety. Like as much trash as we'll all talk about Shamari Connor, I feel like he could be a fine safety in the league. He just does not need to be playing that nickel.
If he's one of those guys that can just kind of roam around and make plays and ball hawk and hunt, tackler or ball carriers, I think he might be okay.
No, he would be.
Well, I mean,
he's
it's
kind of like football player.
Yeah,
he's just not a nickel corner. He's not.
I mean, it's like saying you draft Xavier Worthy and we made him a tight end. It's like he's gonna struggle. Of course, he's gonna suck. It's kind of the same way with Kingsley going to tackle and then having to move him to guard. And you see a little bit of potential there. Like sometimes players just get in bad positions.
Yep. Travis says, "Are you over or under on Walker having 1,000 yards?"
That's a pretty good question.
I like the question, and everybody wants to say yes, but I just for the simple fact that I haven't seen a 1,000-yard rusher in a decade, I can't do it. I'm going to say he's going to be right there at it, but I can't fully 100%.
I think your brain says
commit.
Under, your heart wants over.
Like logically, Kenneth Walker could have 1,000 yards, right? But he didn't even have 1,000 yards with the Seahawks, did he? Because he was always splitting with Zach Charbonnet. Am I wrong? Go look up the stats.
He split with Sharbs this year. He's had 1,000-yard season though.
I mean, he can be a bell cow running back. He just hasn't had to be.
He got 1,000 yards in 2020. Yeah, this past season.
Okay. Well, yeah, Charbonnet went out
1,027.
with the injury. I forgot.
Yeah, and he had 1,000 yards in his rookie year, 2022. He had 1,050, so he just cracked it. And then in year 2, he had 905. So he was right there in year 2.
I wasn't being literal with the decade thing, but 9 years is close because Hunt did do it in 2017. That's what they're letting me know in the chat. But yeah, dude, that's kind of what I'm kind of expecting to see. Like everyone talks about the offense, getting tweaked or like different philosophy. I fully expect the Chiefs offense to still look like the Chiefs offense, not this really shitty one from the last 2 years, but like previously what as a Chiefs offense. But I feel like with a solid running back like Kenneth Walker, I feel like you can get back to the run game that you had with Kareem Hunt in his rookie season. You can get back to throwing the football to your running back like they used to do Kareem Hunt. You can do so many things when you are not one-dimensional. And we've been one-dimensional for a couple of years. And no shade to Pop, but, I mean, Pacheco he wasn't that guy. Like, we were one-dimensional.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
I think if Andy commits, if Andy will commit, if EB will commit to this, if everybody kind of buys into this run, extra run stuff, if we commit to more under center plays, I think he's got a good shot. I do expect them to split carries with Kenneth Walker a little bit too. I don't think you want to bring in somebody and just like run him into the ground year one. He's here for what, 3 years? So, I mean, they probably got an out after 2. I mean, most running backs, you never know when a running back's just going to up and hurt themselves or be like, nobody thought Bo Jackson was just going to have a career ender randomly. But, yeah, I don't know. They take a lot of wear and tear. I think that they will try to split carries this year a little bit.
Yeah. Danny reminding us that Mahomes won an MVP with Juju as his top receiver. Yeah.
I'm saying.
I mean, Mahomes has always done this, but like we've all.
Mahomes feeds families, baby. That's all there is to it.
Dude, he got Albert Wilson a massive contract.
Yeah, this dude got Albert Wilson a deal in the league.
That, my friends, is some
incredible
magic. So
yeah,
the
people
problem,
thinking Byron
the
Pringle
problem
was a
is,
good wide receiver, Steve.
The problem is he shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's been our argument the whole time.
I don't want Mahomes to have to do that because I don't want him to be like the Aaron Rodgers effect where he gets tired of it.
You
and
saw
wants
how
out.
good Patrick was with Tyreek Hill. Can you imagine how good Patrick could be with 2 or 3 good receivers? You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's always just had, like, Hill was, I mean, he had Sammy Watkins and Hill at one point, won a Super Bowl. So he could do some things.
If he had the amount of receivers in his career that say like Matt Stafford has had in his career, Cooper Kupp, Calvin Johnson, Puka Nacua, there's got to be more in there I'm missing. Allen Robinson.
We're not going to get too deep into this, but Cam Newton listed off his top quarterbacks in football at the moment, and we're not going to talk about this because we might talk about it later. But he listed Patrick Mahomes at number 2. And said that Matt Stafford was better than him.
I mean, I think if there was one guy you could make an argument for, Stafford could be that guy.
Bullshit.
I mean, I don't give it to anybody else. Like I don't think Allen.
You put Patrick Mahomes on a couple of them Lions teams, and they would have had rings.
No, absolutely. But I'm just saying, if there was one other quarterback you could make the argument for, I respect the fact that he said Stafford rather than Josh
Stafford
Allen
being up there because a lot of people don't even put him in the top 5.
Right. I think that's more. I like that better than them saying like Joe Burrow or something.
Just something rubs me the wrong way when you have a guy at number 1 who's played 25 years in the league, has 1 ring, over a guy that's played for 8 years and has 3.
Tons and tons of weapons.
He had Megatron.
Even like, for example, Josh Allen. They say he never has weapons. Dude, he had Stephon Diggs for a couple years, right? Or was it just Wood? But he's had plenty of weapons, I feel like, in Buffalo. Josh Allen.
He's had some bad receiving crews too, but I mean, it doesn't really matter when you try to play running back all the time. I guess.
True.
I guess.
I would say the worst group of the bunch. Well, I mean, look at Burrow. He's had like just a great receiving core his entire career.
I really got to start marking these things. Okay,
Maybe
here we go.
Lamar.
I want to talk about this one. Gizmo says, what's the worst vet that we could sign right now?
Whew.
I don't even know. I don't want to think about that. Who's available? Is Gabe Davis available?
I don't know.
That would be one.
What about Cranges, McBasketball?
Do what?
Cranges, McBasketball. He would be the worst free agent we could sign right now. Cranges.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You don't know Cranges? If you know Cranges in the chat, give me a hell yeah.
Who's Cranges? Lundy says Debo. I don't think Debo would be the worst.
I don't even think I would be too upset about Debo. I'd be kind of like,
Gizmo
yeah, let's
says
do
I
it.
understand that reference.
Let's go.
I don't, man. Dang. I'm going to have to look up Cranges basketball, I guess. I don't. I'm old. I'm not hip. I don't know what you're all talking about.
Somebody said Sky Moore.
McCole
Sky
Hardman
Moore-
would be the worst.
Is Sky Moore, is McCole not on a team? Like, I heard he was getting ready
Hey.
to try something else.
If someone said that you had to have Sky Moore or McCole Hardman, but you had to pay McCole Hardman more than Sky Moore, which one would you take back?
I'm going to be dead serious. I would just.
No, you have to.
I'd hang up the phone, act like I didn't hear the question.
You have to pick one. I think I'm with yours truly. Because honestly,
I think I'd go ahead and just take McCole Hardman.
I think McCole Hardman's a good luck charm in a weird sort of way.
Possibly, and at least we know he's good at returning kicks if you needed him for it.
What we do know is Sky Moore's not, but they kept trying.
Well, he was good with San Francisco.
Yeah, true. Well, it was kicks. Punts, he's not their punt returner.
Right. I will give it to Sky, though. Was it against the Bengals one year that he made a nice punt return and got us that win? Maybe
Yes.
the AFC Championship game?
I will say this till I'm blue in the face. Sky Moore should not have been as bad as he is.
No, like I don't think he should have been nothing great, but I don't think he should have been as bad as he was.
I think that Sky Moore was mishandled by the Chiefs. And I think it hurt him.
The way that they're approaching Jalen Royals, it's going to fall in that same category if we don't get it moving.
Yeah, that's the thing. Don't do that to him.
Sadly, let's not do that to him either, brother.
Yeah, don't do that to him.
Chad O'Shea is going to help a lot this year, in my opinion.
We shouldn't be. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm so excited about Chad O'Shea being here.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe we can get these receivers open for the love of God. They have the talent. They got the speed. Make it happen. Like we got a 20 bomb from Todd, the Chiefs fan, baby. Let's go. Appreciate you, Todd.
What's up, brother?
Says just got here. You guys are the best. Thanks for the gas, brother. We're getting a little low in the tank there. Pumped us back up. Let's go.
Got that gas going. Hey, not even the cheap stuff. He gave us that premium gas.
Premium. Remember Grandma Death?
Grandma Death, Grandma Dracula, a.k.a. Grandma Lightning Bolt, out here with a premium gas. She would tell me and Steve to put premium gas in her car, but she would call it premium. And I don't know if it was just her accent or the fact that she just didn't know there was an I in the word.
Or the fact that she was 107 years old.
And she was a Dracula.
Yep. She absolutely was.
Kind of love Dracula.
Todd, you're a legend, brother. Y'all put some legendaries in chat for Todd.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate the 20 bomb, brother. Oh, man. It is getting late, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any last-minute questions, go ahead and get those in. We'll try to get a couple more of you. Appreciate you all being here tonight. Do us a favor and hit that like button if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should do that as well. Also want to shout out Prize Picks one more time. You can get down in the description, click that link, get Prize Picks, use code HMA, play $5, get 50 right off the rip. So go do it. It's a fun platform. I suggest it. Let's see here. What else we got going on, y'all?
Would you be open? Okay, so let's play a little game. I'm going to say, I know you've seen the Cologne game where they'll say this Cologne or this Cologne, and then it wins. Okay, so we'll go on. Tyreek Hill or Stephon Diggs? Who would you rather have on this team this year? Diggs?
Yeah, production Diggs, Hart, Tyreek Hill.
Okay. Stephon Diggs or Deebo Samuel?
Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
I don't think Stephon Diggs is going to lose this conversation unless you said A.J. Brown. But then
I was
that
going to
becomes...
say, well, let's take Stephon Diggs off the menu, and let's do
Because-
Tyreek Hill versus Deebo.
Tyreek.
Tyreek or DeAndre Hopkins? Tyreek or Keenan Allen?
Tyreek.
Tyreek Hill or Jahan Dotson?
Tyreek.
So it looks like you're just going to take Tyreek Hill down the board. So your preferred is Stephon Diggs 1, Tyreek Hill 2. Who would be your number 3?
Out of the guys you just named,
Yeah,
AJ Brown AJ Brown out of the conversation.
He's not a free agent, so we're not going to count him.
Well, you had to trade, but there's still a lot of smoke. But let's just go with these guys that you already said.
Here's the top 5 according to Spot Rack. Here's your top 5: Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Curtis Samuel, D Hop.
Okay, so I would go Stephon Diggs, Tyreek. Pending the knee thing, it's weird with him, but I'll put him at 2. Number 3, I feel like 3 is kind of a 3-way tie for me. I would be okay with 3 guys there. Well, you know what? No, I'll put him behind them just for personal reasons. Okay, I think there's a 3-way tie at that other spot. Bringing D-Hop back for another year, I'm not opposed to, even though he's old.
Yeah, he's 34.
I'm not opposed to it because I do think he was underutilized, and if they were actually going to use him, cool. I think that he still has, he can still play, he can still ball, and he loved it in Kansas City, and he was really good for our young receivers, like Xavier Worthy. I would also put Curtis Samuel in that slot because I feel like he fits the Chiefs. And
is he really a free agent? I was thinking he signed with the Bills.
Buffalo
I guess he
cut him.
Yeah. Well, he was with the Bills until 2026, so what did they get rid of him?
Who was the other one? Who was the other one I was going to put there?
Debo,
yes. And then after that, Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen would be cool in a way because you got a guy that's just got excellent hands, a lot of knowledge, good route runner, security blanket, all the above. But
you don't think Curtis Samuel at just 29 years old would be a decent pickup?
No,
I actually don't know if he would be a bad pickup because I remember when he was a free agent the first time with Hollywood, we had him kind of like neck and neck.
He fits the Chiefs a lot. So apparently that Brian Thomas Jr. thing is not going to happen, Danny. I saw a story earlier talking about
what happened.
I don't know.
They're not trading him?
No, I don't think so. They're not going to get rid of him.
What do you any receiver you would like to trade for? Because I see people like Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's in a nice make or break year.
Yeah, but they're not going to.
We've said Xavier Legette would be a fun one.
Love Xavier Legette.
Like I'm not saying he's good, but like he's one of those reclamation projects for sure.
Definitely could be good. Like, yeah, especially like if you were looking to replace Rashee Rice, like that's the dude.
Put a guy, his big in size and let him catch
Chad
things.
O'Shea to work with him and get him using leverage and getting open. Like that guy's a monster with a ball in his hands.
I just don't know if his route running is good enough to like get open.
You don't have to be the greatest route runner.
That's true because Andy schemes a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to be an excellent, perfect route runner to be able to use defensive backs' leverage against them and create a bit of separation. Like it's just like the bare bones basics were not taught to these wide receivers in the NFL. It's weird. Because there's no excuse that the receiving core we had last year should have been last in the league in creating separation. That's insane. That's crazy.
Well, they were being coached by...
That's my point.
Pecker McGee, or whatever his name was.
I don't even know anymore. I done forgot his name. It's Connor Embry.
Yeah. Is that what I said?
Yeah. Do you know where he's at now?
Flipping burgers? I don't know.
No, there's this budget car sales up the road. He was trying to sell me a 2018 Honda Accord.
He said, "This is one of the best cars on the market, buddy."
Yeah, for only $497 every 2 weeks. No credit check. He said he's a dealer for the people.
Who did he get hired by? Nobody. I mean, he's
Tony Melito.
He's not getting an NFL job, that's for sure.
Tony Melito, baby. If you
I'm
know,
just
you
wondering
know.
if like he went back to a college or he's coaching. You know, he's playing like league softball. Like, what is he doing at the moment? It don't say. His wiki's not been updated, so I guess he hasn't been hired.
I hope Connor Embry's watching this. Like, I hate.
He's like, I hate these dudes.
I hate these guys so much. Mike, I think Tyler Lockett's just a little bit too old, maybe. I don't know. They could maybe make something happen with it, but I don't
Are you
think they're going to
telling me?
try. Mikey in the chat.
Oh, I thought you were just telling me about Tyler Lockett being old. I was like, why is Tyler Lockett catching strays today? Yeah, he's a little bit.
All right, guys, we're going to have to wrap it up for the night. I appreciate y'all being here. It's been a good one. Thanks for participating in the chat. Lively conversation today. Like I said, hit that like button on the way if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. You can become a member if you didn't get one today. If you didn't get one gifted, you can go to join.allchiefedup.com or hit that join button at the top. We'll be giving away a signed jersey on a members-only live stream here in the next week or so. So if you'd like to be a member and get in on that, go do it. You can also get some merchandise over at merch.allchiefedup.com. If you'd like to get a shirt or a hat or a mug or something like that, you get something and it helps the channel out. But appreciate everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Go Chiefs.
Get wild.